think a very important part of algebra is knowing how to identify terms and factors. So let's define terms, and later on we'll talk about factors. Given an expression, whatever that is, the addition and subtraction symbols separate the expression into its terms. Separates their expression into its terms. So that's how you find terms. The addition and subtraction symbols separate the expression into the terms. I think in the next video, or the one after, I'll modify this definition ever so slightly, but for now it's fine. For example, if somebody asks you to calculate 2 plus 3 times 4, if you were to go left to right, 2 plus 3 is 5, and nobody could disagree with that, and 5 times 4 is 20. The problem is what I have written down is not 20. It's not 20. The addition symbol right here separates this expression into two terms. 2 and 3 times 4. That's what we're going to add. What's in the first, we add terms. What's in the first circle, the first term is 2. 2 is 2. Plus, what's in the second term, 3 times 4, 12. And 2 plus 12 is 14. The addition and subtraction symbols separate the expression into the terms. If you had 2 times 4 minus 3 times 2 plus 10 divided by 5 plus 8. First, identify the terms. They're separated by the addition and subtraction symbols and nothing else. Not multiplication, not division, not powers. Addition and subtraction. It's this value minus that value plus this value plus that value. And none of those, this is not 2.4. It's 2 times 4. This is not 3.2. If I want to write 2.4, I promise you I'll put the decimal quite low. So again, it's not, I'm reading left to right, it's not 2 times 4 and then take away 3 and then multiply by 2 and then add 10. You have to identify the values of each term, and that's what you add and subtract. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 2 is 6. 10 divided by 5 is 2 plus 8. Now we're left with just an addition and subtraction problem of numbers. Nothing complicated. That is, it's no longer complicated like 2 times 4 was. It's no longer 3 times 2. It's no longer 10 divided by 5. It's just a number. And you do it. 8 minus 6 is 2, plus 2 plus 8. This 2 and that 8. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 8. Final answer is 12. There are addition and subtraction symbols. They're like the Bible for doing these problems. You have to identify what they are. Circle them, put a box around them, underline them. But know what the terms are. If you know what the terms are, you have a much, much better chance of evaluating an expression correctly. If you don't know what you're adding and subtracting, you're in big trouble. Okay. So we try another one. If you have 4 or 14 minus 4 times 3 plus 100 divided by 10 divided by 2 minus 3 times 2. Their terms are separated by addition and subtraction. Nothing else. It's this piece minus that piece plus this piece minus that piece. You shouldn't be saying, say this. You shouldn't be saying something like this piece minus this piece plus this piece divided by that piece. The pieces, or the terms, are separated by addition and subtraction symbols. Let's be honest. That's not an addition or subtraction symbol. It's a division sign. Okay, and when you're evaluating a term, you go left to right. When you're evaluating a term, you go left to right. The first term is 14 minus 4 times 3 is 12 plus, left to right, 100 divided by 10 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5 minus 3 times 2, 6. So it's 14 minus 14 minus 12, which is 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. This mess is equal to the number 1. Good old 1. Okay, now let's talk about factors. Erase my board and we'll talk about factors. When we talked about terms, we had to start off with an expression. When we talked about factors, we start off with a term. Given a term, given a single term, the factors of that term, the factors are separated by the multiplication and division symbols. By the multiplication and division symbols. We kind of used this information when we were doing terms, but let's do it more formally now. If you were to ask to calculate this, 7 times 2 minus 4 times 2 squared plus 100 divided by 2 divided by 10 plus 16 divided by 2 squared. So first we find the terms. The terms are separated by just addition, subtraction symbols. So basically, I box everything but the addition and subtraction symbols. If you're boxing more than addition and subtraction symbols or less than addition and subtraction symbols, you're messing up. Okay. Let's find the value of the first term. According to the directions above, A term is made up of factors. Factors are the things that are multiplied. It's 7 times 2. Okay, 7 times 2, that's simple enough. It's 14. The value of the first term is 14. Minus, let's find the value of the second term. If you put these brick walls up where you have multiplication and division, you won't do the following. You want to say, oh, this is simple. 4 times 2 is 8, square root 64. Nothing I said is wrong. 4 times 2 is 8, and when you square 8, you do get 64. The problem is that there's no 8 here. There's a brick wall at multiplication and division. It's 4 times 2 squared. Well, 4 is 4. Before you multiply, you have to know what you're multiplying. 4 is 4. And coincidentally, 2 squared is also 4. So you have 4 times 4, which is 16. Plus, it's 100 divided by 2 divided by 10. Well, 100 divided by 2 is 50. 50 divided by 10, 5. So that term is 5. Plus the last term. You need to identify the terms. You have to find the value of the term. 16 divided by 2 squared. Well, nobody's going to argue that 16 is 16. And nobody, I hope, is going to argue that 2 squared is 4. 16 divided by 4, that's 4. That's the value of the term. 14 minus 16 is negative 2. I know we didn't do negative numbers yet, but it's negative 2. Negative 2 plus 5, this 5 is 3. 3 plus 4 is 7. The answer is 7. Once you find the value of each term, that is, you just have one number, you can add and subtract them. The formal order of operations say to do addition and subtractions last. Well, that's what I just did. Let's try one more, and then that will pretty much finish this. It'll keep coming up in other sections. You have to know terms. Most times when you make a mistake, it's because you didn't know the terms. If you have 8 times 3 squared minus 2 squared times 3 squared minus 4 times 5 squared divided by 2 plus 11 times 3 squared. You need to identify the terms. The terms are separated by addition and subtraction symbols. Now you put the boxes around everything else. It's this minus this minus this plus that. The only thing that I didn't put in boxes were subtraction and addition symbols. Okay, now we go to find the value of each term, the value in each box. So that means you have to find the factors. Factors are separated by multiplication and division symbols. Here's the multiplication symbol. It's what's to the left of that symbol times what to the left of that line times what's to the right of that line. Well, to the left of the line is 8, and 8 just equals 8. To the right of the multiplication symbol or the line is 3 squared or 9. 8 times 9, 72. Minus 2 squared times 3 squared. Well, 2 squared means 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 squared means 3 times 3. We'll do a lot more where power is. But now I need to just throw them in so you can learn how to identify factors and terms. 2 squared means 2 times 2 or 4. Trust me. 3 squared means 9. That is, it's this piece times that piece. Later on, you'll learn better how to figure out what this and that was, what 2 squared and 3 squared were. But you need to now know, well, I may not know how to do 2 squared times 3 squared, but I know one thing. It's whatever 2 squared is times whatever 3 squared is. That is 4 times 9, or 36. Minus 4 times 5 squared divided by 2. Well, 4 is 4. 5 times itself 2 times. 5 times 5, 25. 2 is 2. So it's 4 times 25, which is 100, divided by 2 is 50. Plus 11 times 3 squared. Well, 11 is 11, and if you know how to do this, 3 squared is 9. But for now, know that it breaks up right there. 11 times 9 is 99. 72 minus 36 is 36. Minus 50 plus 99. Well, if you do the arithmetic, you get, I think, 65. $85, excuse me. You get 85. You need to be able to identify terms. That's very important. To make the problem a little bit easier, if I wrote 100 plus in front, but you can't see the 1, if I wrote 100 plus in front, then we wouldn't have any of this problem. 100 plus. So the value of the first term is simply 100. Simply 100. $100 is the value of the first term. Well, 100 plus 72. Do this on the side maybe. Do side work on the side. 100 plus 72, that's 172. That's this. That's this. And now we take away 36. If you do your math right, you get 136. 12 take away, you can't do 2 minus 6, so you borrow. 12 take away 6 is 6. You borrow it from the 7, you have a 6 now. 6 take away 3 is 3, and the 1 comes down. So you have 136. And now you take away 50, 0, borrow. 18 minus 5 is 80. So you have 80. $86. What am I saying? You have 86. 6 minus 0 is 6. So you have 86, and then you add 99. You have 80.